Hello, Infotech students. This is Mrs. Pancoke. Today we're going to be working on lesson 5. It's not a very long lesson, but it's an important one. We're going to be summarizing data with functions using different calculations such as sum, count, average, min, and max. So it's important to point out that using the sum function is important. Adding a range of cells is the most common calculation performed on a worksheet. The sum function totals all of the cells in a range easily and accurately. AutoSum makes it even easier by calculating the total from the adjacent cell up to the first non-numerical cell using the sum function and its formula. Sum is usually the first function most people learn how to use in Excel. In fact, you already saw it in lesson 4 using basic formulas. So we're going to start by going to our data files and opening up O5 budget start. And if it asks you to, please enable the document. In cell B7, we're going to type in the formula. So formulas always begin with an equal sign. And then we're going to type in sum, parentheses, B6 to cell, B3 to B6. Okay. And then press enter. The result should be 2,140, the sum of January non-utility expenses. Excuse me, it says, remember that all formulas must start with an equal sign. A function is simply a predefined formula, so you must use the equal sign. Next, it says that we're going to click in cell C7, and we're going to click on the Formulas tab, and we're going to click the top part. See, there's two parts. Click on the top part of the Auto Sum button. When we do that, the sum function appears with arguments filled in, but only C6 is included. This is because in C5 it is blank. So it says to type in front of the C6, we're going to go ahead and type in C3 colon and then to correct the range, okay? So you could do it that way, or you know, this is the other way that I like to do it. I think it's actually easier. So when I see my box moving around like that, I know that I can select a different range. So I actually think it's easier to click and drag to select my range than to type it in. It's just a little bit faster. It says to press enter. The result is 1,340 is the sum of the February non-utility expenses. It says to copy cell C7 to the range D7 through M7. So you know what? I'm just going to use the autofill button to copy in those formulas. You know, or you could use control click, but I just use the autofill. Next, it says to copy cell N6 to N7. So I'm going to use the fill handle. Alright, and then it tells us to go ahead and save the workbook to our lesson 5 folder. So save as, we're going to go into our folder, and I need to make a new folder called lesson 5. And inside of that, I'm going to type in budget, math, solution, save. Alright, the alternative to the sum function is to create an addition formula using cell references for every cell value to be added. such as the following. So it saves us a lot of time by using sum instead of having to add all of those individual cells. It would be quick and easy to copy it once you have it done, but to enter it in the first place could be a little bit time consuming. So next we're going to use the count, counta, and count blank functions. Now I know that last year count was a formula that you'll find in your test. So statistical functions such as sum and count compile and classify data to present significant information. Use the count function when you want to determine how many cells in a range contain a number. There are other variations of the count function. The counta function contains all non-blank entries in a range. So if something is blank, it won't count that cell, whether they include text or numbers. The count blank function counts the number of blank cells in a range. Alright, so we're using the same workbook and we're going to find cell 05, which is right here. Oh, we'll see. Okay, 05 right there. And we're going to type in count and then press enter. Alright, this is the label identifying the formula you will enter in the next step. So in 06, okay, you want to make sure it says name box 06. We're going to type the equal sign, count. And when you see this box come up and you see that that's the right one, I'm just going to hit the tab key and it'll enter in that top choice. And then what we are going to type in is A6 to M6, parentheses, okay, and then press enter. So the result is 9. This is the number of months of which you budgeted for miscellaneous expenses. The count function disregarded the entry in A6 because it doesn't contain a number, and the function also disregards the blank cells. Okay, so there are 9 cells that have numbers in them from A6 through M6. Alright, in P5, we're going to type counta in all caps and then press enter. Okay, so for this cell, we're going to type the equal sign, counta, and I'm going to click on this one right here, and then I'm going to press tab. It just might save me a little extra time. And I'm going to type A6 through M6. Finish off my parentheses and press enter. This time the result is 10. It is the number of non-blank entries in the range. So it counted miscellaneous and disregarded the cells that were blank. So in cell Q5, we're going to type count blank. Press enter. And in Q6, we're going to type equal sign, count. I'm going to click on count blank and hit the tab key. And once again, we're going to type A6 to M6. And press enter. And the result is 3, which is the number of blank entries in the range. Okay, so your document so far should look like the picture or like my document, how it looks. And we're going to go ahead and just simply click the Save button in our Quick Access toolbar. It says that we need to leave this workbook open to use in the next exercise. So next we're going to be using the average function. the average function adds a range of cells and then divides by the number of cell entries, determining the mean value of all values in the range. Hopefully you've already learned about average in math or algebra. So in cell 08, which is right here, 08, we're going to type the word average. So use all caps, press enter. We're going to type =, average, and as I find it here, I'm going to hit the tab key. B9 to M9 is what we're going to type in. End it with the parentheses and press enter. So the result is 175.83333 is your average expected monthly electric bill. So in 010, we're going to type =, average once again. Hit the tab key. This time we're going to type in B10 to M10 and press enter. The result is 93.33333. This is your average expected monthly gas bill. Okay, so right now I'm on page 66. And your document should look similar to the picture on figure 5-4 or my document. Go ahead and save once again using the quick access toolbar, and we're going to leave this open to use in the next exercise. Next, we're going to be entering in the min function. The min function allows you to determine the minimum value in a range of cells. Let's use this function to determine what your minimum electricity and gas bill will be. So in cell P8, we're going to type in min, and I just have my caps lock on right now. I think it makes it a little bit easier to type this information in. It's up to you though. But it says in cell P9, we're going to click the Formulas tab, and we're going to click the Auto Sum button arrow, and we're going to choose min from the menu. When we do that, the range of B9 to 09 is automatically selected. This range is incorrect, so you need to edit it. This time, instead, we're going to click in cell B9, and we're going to hold down the shift key and click in cell M9. So I'm going to click in cell B9, I'm going to hold down the shift key, and I'm going to come over to M9 and I'm going to click, and it will select my range. Okay, other thing you could do is you could just click and drag to select your range, okay, and it will come up with the right answer once again, or you can click, hold down the shift key and click, and it will do the same thing, but now I have an extra right there. Okay, so your result should be 150, which is the lowest expected electricity bill for the year. Alright, it says to copy cell P9 to cell P10, so I'm just going to use the fill handle, okay, and the result is 70. It is the lowest expected gas bill for that year. Okay, so we'll go ahead and save using the quick access toolbar. And next we're going to be using the max function. The max function returns the largest value in a set of values. The max function works the same way min does, except max determines the maximum value or the biggest value in a range of cells. So in cell Q8, we're going to type max and hit the enter key, =, max, I'm going to select it out of our list and hit the Tab key. And then we're going to drag over the range of B9 through M9, and we'll press Enter. Notice that Excel supplies the missing right parentheses when you press the Enter key. The result is $230, which is the highest monthly electric bill you expect to receive. It says to copy the contents of Q9 to Q10. Okay. The highest monthly gas bill you expect to receive is $120. It says to save the workbook to your Excel Lesson 5 folder and then close it. Alright, and then close away, and that was a really short lesson. You are done with Lesson 5. Go on and do the knowledge assessment and the projects.